They go towards Blanchimont and then towards turn. And anybody 18. Respond? Jake and PX get a little bit heated there, and into the sandwich goes Jake, who has to back out as well. And there goes Reese back into P2. What a battle this is for P2 as Reese goes out wide. Here comes Jake. PX Limits will go back up to P2. Jake into the slipstream as well. Can he make a move? Reese with the straight line speed down towards Les Combs at turn 7. And Reese back up to P2 as PX Limits and Jake squabble for B3 and B4 as Adidas just watches the mayhem unfold in front of him. That is the Williams on the McLaren as well as they come up towards turn 3. Max Mock and Ryan Dyperbeam round the outside of the Ferrari. He's going to go for it. The Haas on the Scuderia, wheel to wheel. They go through turn 3 and the Haas with a beautiful move. And that is Xavi on the Ferrari. The Ferrari just losing grip there. And through Xavi goes in that Red Bull, the McLaren.
Dover Circuit only has a capacity of just over 100,000. On its scheduled debut in 2020, it was reported that over 1 million fans applied for tickets to the race. The 1985 Grand Prix would prove to be the circuit's last F1 event for over 35 years. Lauda circuit is 2.64 miles long, and under a full-length race will see drivers complete 72 laps of the circuit. Hello to everyone here and welcome, and a special shout out to our VIP guests, Lars Hammer and Arthur Jackman, affectionately known as the Jackhammer.
Thank you guys. My time. Time.
This circuit is made up of 14 points, the last of which is banked at staggering 19 degrees, making twice as steep as the bank seen at Indianapolis Speed. Fans can take advantage of various vantage points down the main straight if they want to see some speed. The has it that the first corner is named after a local character. Earned the nickname Tar. Circuit Sponsor is built over conventional cars, and it would only allow it if the track design is named at the nearby corner after it. Though the circuit only has a capacity of just over 100,000, on its scheduled debut in 2020, it was reported that over 1 million fans bought tickets to the race.
What's going on, guys, and welcome to Formula 7 Realistic. We are live here for the Netherlands Grand Prix. This is realistic performance, team principles, driver salaries and team budgets all rolled up, and race on a Wednesday night at 7:30 PM. Trying to go on board with the driver that's leading the way now. That is Forza Ferrari will be first to set a lap. Thank you so much, Mad G, for the subscription. 11 months. Really appreciate it, mate. What's going on, Oliver? How are you, mate? What's going on, Jack? So we are on board with Forza Ferrari in the Williams. So Netherlands, we did race here as well on Monday night. Mad G's in the building. So let's see what the difference is in pace around here. So just coming round turn 13 and 14, you can really hit that DRS early. I know how, bro. I'm trying to get some money in the bank. A 1:10.5 from Forza Ferrari in the Williams. He set the benchmark. Then we have Ariel coming through, a 1:09.6 from Ariel in the Alfa Romeo. And then we have another driver coming to the line. I think he did invalidate it. Sus in the Mercedes is back on the grid, but he's way down on his lap time at the moment. And then we have Podge in the Haas. What can Podge do? Sarro definitely needs some money. Oh, he's gone really wide there, Podge. But it's a 1:10.9 and it's P3 at the moment with only a couple of drivers setting laps so far. And Ryan Pavine in the Alpha Tauri sets a 1:09.2. Here comes Matt Robertson to start his flying lap. So a lot of drivers already out on laps. So Matt Robertson will be next. Ariel P2, absolutely in the Alfa Romeo. Good lap from him. Really good lap actually. So Matt Robertson in at the McLaren, just coming through sector 2. Just coming out of turn 10 and then down the DRS straight towards 11. Yeah, Saro, what's going on? We've got drivers in the building now, Nick and Medium. Matt Robertson round turn 13 and 14. To be honest, Saro, all you need is your drivers to no. Does he cool cars as well?
Nathan, can you hear me? Do you know what's happened? Yeah. Oh, I just thought. Alright, mate. No worries, mate. Cheers, mate.
Netherlands recently ranked in the top 5 happiest countries in the world. I'm sure a Verstappen win here today might push that up a couple of places. Jim Clark is one of the most successful drivers here at Zandvoort. In a 5-year period between 1963 and 1967, he took no less than 4 victories, with Jack Brabham breaking up his winning streak in 1966. Legend has it that the first runner is named after...
Alright, sorry for the delay, guys. We are back. We will go back on board, so it is realistic. It is full qualifying, and it's going to be Ryan that goes out first in the AlphaTauri. So obviously you cannot do a realistic league with equal cars, so yeah, we had to restart it. So Ryan goes a 1:10.1 in the AlphaTauri. Ariel comes through with a 1:10.5 in the Alfa Romeo. Still quick lap times from the Alfa Romeo. We got a couple of drivers coming down as well down the pit wall. That is Forza Ferrari goes P3 in the Williams, a 1:11.3. Then we do have a Haas coming down. I think that is Podge. Podge does like to get out early. It is Podge, and he goes faster than the Williams by 0.4 of a second. So a good lap time by Podge. He's onto the gravel. Needs to be careful there. He was throttling it. So a couple of drivers coming through. Matt Robertson on an outlap. Sergio Silva, who is a Williams driver, but when he gets the opportunity to reserve for Mercedes, he takes it as it's in his contract that he can reserve for Mercedes whenever he wants. Down the pit straight goes the Mercedes driver, and it's a 1:10.3, goes P2 just behind the AlphaTauri. So a great lap from the Portuguese powerhouse. It is Sergio Silva. Ginaudi in the other AlphaTauri as well, just coming through sector 2.
Sorry guys, 8 minutes to go. TTL Dennis has gone fastest, and the Ferrari teammate of Banter Brandon went into P2. Ariel in the Alfa Romeo still in P6. It's a good lap time from him, and Jack in the Haas up into P7. Then we've got Suss in the Mercedes in P8, Matt in P9, and Forza's right there in P10 as well. We've still got B Writers on an outlap, the 2 Red Bulls, and Maxi Block just in front of him. And we've got Tyres as well in the Williams. But we do have Fanfinus in the Alpine on a lap coming through Sector 2. Henke through Sector 1 and Roix through Sector 3. So we will go on board with Roix in the Alpine first. Who's going to come to the line? The Alpines have been performing really well lately. Hopefully that can continue for them. To the line, a 1:10.2 for Roix. That's a great lap. It's going to be Henke. No, it's going to be Fanf that comes through next. Fanfinus, who has had 3 podiums this season and a race win. Can you believe that in an Alpine? Coming round turn 14, down the pitch straight towards the line. And it's a 1:9.8, and that is a great lap, P3. And Henke in the Alfa Romeo, who set an unbelievable lap time in France yesterday, on Sunday, sorry. He goes P2 and separates the 2 Ferraris. And then we've got Maxi Block and B right on laps. Ties as well, just in front of him in the Williams. Oh, he just has a little kick out of the rear tyres there, the Williams driver of Ties. Comes on turn 13 and 14. DRS is on really early out of that corner now. To the line, and it's a 1:10.0 P7. Great lap for the Williams driver. And then we've got B right who's coming out of, Max who's coming out of turn 10. What can Maxibot do, the Belgian driver? 20 drivers on the grid, only 2 reserves. Forza Ferrari is down into P16 now. Matt is just through, but he is the driver at risk. And we do have 2 Red Bull drivers to come to the grid yet. Maxibot will be first. The Belgian, to the line he goes, and it's P3. Here comes B Right, who was the race winner here on Monday. To the line he goes, and it's P2. So it's TTL Dennis and B Right that hold the top spots at the moment. Hodge is on another outlap. He needs to improve. Gennady in the AlphaTauri as well. And Forza is coming back out in the Williams. Suss in the Mercedes. That would be a big driver to lose for the Mercedes team. Sergio Silva out qualifying the full-time Mercedes driver by 0.4 of a second at the moment. Sergio Silva, the Williams driver, who is reserving for the Mercedes AMG Petronas team here today in the Netherlands. Ariel's still in a comfortable position as well. Senjo on a lap in the McLaren. So on board with Podge, 4 minutes of Q1 remaining. He's going to try and get through. He's currently P19. If he can get a good lap out of this. Out of turn 10 down towards 11 with that DRS. And he is flying in that Haas actually, that Ferrari powered Haas. A little scruffy coming through turn 12 there. But it won't have cost him too much time hopefully. Out of turn 14 he goes, and down towards the pit straight, a little wide, and it's a 1:10.7. It's only P17. Is he going to have enough in the tank to go again? Forza has backed out of his lap as well. Matt Robertson coming through sector 1, just started his flying lap. So Matt Robertson in the McLaren There's a couple of drivers at risk of going out here, one of them being Jack. Suss needs to improve in that Mercedes if he wants to get into Q2. So the two Red Bulls retire, call it a day. And Brandon retires as well. No point coming back out and risking it. Tyres is in P10. He might be safe. You've got Forza going to go again. I think Matt's backed out as well. He has. Podges into the pit lane. I don't know if he's going to have enough time to get back out. It'll be close. Ariel is going again as well. The Alfa Romeo driver to the line. P7. What a lap from Ariel, the South African driver. Puts Jack as the driver at risk now. Roix is in the pit lane. It looked like he set a great lap in the Alpine. Doesn't look that good now though, especially with all these drivers trying to improve. What a lap from Henke and Ariel there in the Alfa Romeos. Forza down on his lap time. Matt is improving, a little wide through there in the McLaren. Would that have cost him some time as he goes down into the hairpin of turn 10? DRS enabled up towards turn 11. Still a couple of the drivers at the back going back out. He is improving. He is around a tenth of a second up. That could put him anywhere from P18 to P15. Could he save his Q1 session here? Here comes Matt Robertson in the McLaren. Down to the line and it's P15. Just in front of Jack. Podge is out, so Podge can do no more. Ginaudi is back out. Forza Ferrari, I think, yeah, he's into the pit lane, so he is out. Suss is back on an outlap. So is Jack. They're going to try and improve and get through. Roix doesn't feel safe either. Neither does Sergio. So they are all back out. Podge and Forza in the Haas and the Williams are out. That is confirmed here in Netherlands. You've got Ginaudi coming back out trying to improve. He's 3 temps up. Is it going to be enough though? Suss coming through sector 1. He has to put everything into this now. Jack is back out. Suss coming through sector 1. Ginaudi still improving in the Alpha Tauri. Coming out of turn 14. DRS enabled. Is he going to do it? Is he going to improve and get through? The Alpha Tauri goes P19, so Ginaudi is out as well. So it's down to Jack and Suss. Matt Robertson can do no more. He is the driver at risk. Suss is not improving in that Mercedes. This will be a big shocker for the Mercedes team. They have been struggling with that power in the engine. Not been able to perform like they would have done. That is the checkered flag waved. Ties, Fam, Sergio, Matt can do no more. It's down to Roig, Jack and Suss. Ginaudi is out as well. Suss is half a second up. This would be enough to put him in front of Roix. To the line he goes. It's P11. Suss is safe. Sergio might be safe. Roix is not improving. Here comes Jack. He's got to improve a little bit to get past Roix. He's got to find 4 attempts. Roig is down on his lap time. Is he going to improve? Nope, stays P15. So Jack would have to find around half a second here to get through. Can the Haas driver do it? No, he does beat Matt, but he is out, and that is both Haas's eliminating Q1 here in the Netherlands. So Dennis goes fastest in Q1 here in the Netherlands, and then it's the Red Bull of B Right. Henke in the Alfa Romeo is right up there as well. But the big talking point is Forza Ferrari and the Williams will start in P20. Gennady in the AlphaTauri at his home Grand Prix will start in P19. Podge in the Haas will start in P18. Matt Robertson in the McLaren will start in P17. And the other Haas of Jack will start in P16. We do have Roix, Ties, Fanfinus, Bad Boy Man. And that is it for the Dutchies at the home Grand Prix. All of them through to Q2. Apart from Gennady, obviously.
After years of speculation, the return of the Dutch Grand Prix was finally confirmed in May 2019. I'm sure the meteoric rise of Max Verstappen has some part to play behind the event's comeback. The Netherlands has produced multiple F1 drivers. However, multiple world champion Max Verstappen is the only one to have won a race. Max followed
So we are into Q2. A couple of drivers already on flying laps. We are on board with Nick in the Aston Martin. Who's coming through sector 1. There was a couple of drivers in front of him though. Ryan in the AlphaTauri. We've got Ariel coming through sector 2. Senjo through sector 1. And Bad Boy Man coming through sector 3 in the Aston Martin. So both Aston Martins on laps. But it's going to be BBM to the line first. What can he do? Both the Astons. And it's a 1:10.3 for Bad Boy Man. And next is going to be Ryan in the AlphaTauri, who beats the Aston Martin's time by 0.2 of a second. And then comes, was that Fanfinus? I thought that was Fanfinus. I know it was Sus to the line, who starts his flying lap. Ariel goes P3 with a 1:10.5. Yeah, both Mercedes drivers through to Q2, Billy. The McLaren Asenjo with a 1:10.3 goes second fastest in Q2. And we've got Henke and Roix. Henke is on a lap coming through sector 3 in the Alfa Romeo. So Henke going P2 with a 109.9. Roix is on an outlap. Yeah, Suss is out. He must have crashed it. Didn't even get to set a lap, so he will start in P15. Really unfortunate for the Mercedes driver. Roix in the Alpine is on a lap though. And we've got the two Red Bulls on outlaps. And the Alpine of Fanfurness, the two Ferraris, both on the way out as well. We are on board with Roix as he comes around turn 13. DRS enabled. You'll see a lot of overtakes here today. Hopefully we can see the bottom half of the teams do really well. Roix P3 for the Alpine driver. Brilliant lap from him. And I think it's going to be TTL Dennis who goes first here. It is. I actually remember that battle, Maggie. I remember that battle. So Dennis in the Ferrari coming through sector 1. And he is flying in that Scuderia. Purple sector 1. Coming through sector 2, just using the curbs on the left to keep that speed going. Easy on the throttle through turn 9 and into the hairpin at 10. And then the DRS enabled really early on out of turn 10, down towards 11. Yeah, it was a great race. So Suss got stuck on the curb. Really unfortunate for the Mercedes driver. Down towards turn 13 for the Ferrari driver. DRS enabled now. And then you want to be hitting the line at around 185 miles per hour when you cross. And yellow flags, and Dennis goes fastest, a 109.0. What a lap from him. And it's going to be a maxi block. The Belgium, can he knock his countryman off the top spot? He doesn't, but it is a Belgian 1-2 at the moment. B-Right comes next. B-Right goes P2, goes just in front of maxi block, and look at that lap time from Sergio as well. Banner Brandon in the Ferrari comes through, goes P4. It's Ferrari, double Red Bull and Ferrari with a Mercedes of Sergio there. Billy will like the sights of him being there, so that's good for them. Fanfurness as well, up into P6 for the Alpine. So we are on board with the Alpha Tauri Ryan. Let's see what he can do. With 6 minutes to go in Q2, he is improving by 0.2 of a second. He's currently in P9, so he wants to get a bit of a head start on the other teams, the midfield pack. DRS coming out of turn 14 now, and he was 2 tenths up. That would put him around P7, P6, P6 off Fanfinus. Great lap from the AlphaTauri. Senjo's on a lap as well in that McLaren. What can the Norwegian driver do? Ooh, that was a shaky line from Senjo, but he kept that pace going, he really did. It was unorthodox, but it worked. Yeah, he's half a second up. That's going to put him around Fanfinus' time. If he keeps improving, he might even jump in front of Ryan and Sergio here. It depends what he can do through Sector 3. It looks a good Sector 3. I think he'd be close to Sergio's time here. To the line he goes, and he does. He goes in front of Banter Brandon in the Ferrari. Wow, what a lap from the McLaren that is. Here comes Henke. P2, he's quicker than both the Red Bulls. That is phenomenal from the Alfa Romeo of Henke. That is brilliant. Ariel in the other Alfa Romeo is now ready to go again. Unbelievable lap from the Norwegian. You know how quick he is. On board with the Alfa Romeo. Coming through Sector 1. What can the South African driver do here in Netherlands? He's really going for it. He's nearly 3 tenths up. So he's going to have to keep that going through Sector 2 and Sector 3. If he wants any chance of getting through, he's got 2 really quick Alpines in front of him. But it just depends on the pace of these cars through this sort of circuit. DRS enabled. He's 6 tenths up. That is really quick. That's going to put him around the 109.7s unless he carries on improving. I think he could be very close to Banter Brandon and Senjo here, Ariel, which is brilliant for an Alfa Romeo. As the track continues to get quicker and quicker, and Ariel in front of Banter Brandon. What a lap time. That was just behind Senjo. The Alfa Romeos are on fire here. Every driver into the pits, and when they come out, there's going to be a lot of traffic getting ready for that one last run. So it will be interesting to see. So every driver into the pit lane. Senjo's retired. Says that's enough. He's confident. He is very confident. Nick is coming out as well in the Aston Martin. He is going to have to improve with his teammate if they want to get through. So we will see. So the top 5 have retired, says that's enough. There's a Mercedes there as well. That is Sergio Silva. He is currently in P9. Maybe doesn't think that's safe enough. So he is going to try and go again. Yellow flags just moving out the way of the Alpines there. There's nobody actually on a lap. Bad Boy Man is only just on his way out. He wants to hurry up. This is getting really close. Yeah, he'll just make it round Bad Boy Man. Hopefully. He doesn't want to get caught in any traffic though. So, yellow flags. And he hasn't got any traffic around him. But here we go. A couple of drivers already going. It's going to be Rikes that goes first in the Alpine. Down into turn 1. Keeping it nice and tight to the curb. Using the throttle on the way out. Feathering it into the hairpin at 4. Such an amazing corner that. Continuing through sector 1 for the French team. And he is all, it's only slightly, but it is improvements so far. Oh, he's gone wide, that is it. Oh, that is it for Royks. Royks makes one mistake and he is out of qualifying here in the Netherlands. He wants to be careful, he's got a couple of drivers coming behind him. That is TTL Nick who's going to be next. And TTL Nick is 6 tenths up here. And he's gone purple sector. The checkered flag has been waved here in Zandvoort. Here comes Nick, DRS enabled. Is this going to be enough to get through? He goes P8. The checkered flag has waved. He is P8. Here comes Sergio. Sergio stays P10. Is it going to be enough? Banter Brandon goes P4. Ryan Dipervine in the AlphaTauri is coming as well. Ties goes P10. No, that was Nick that went P9. Royks is into the pit lane. Sergio Silva is out. Ties is coming as well. TTL Nick has gone there. Fanfinus has gone P6 in the Alpine and Ties has crashed it. The driver at his home Grand Prix here in Zandvoort has crashed it round turn 14. Remember, there is no ghosting, so Bad Boy Man might have been put off with that Williams in the middle of the track, but he does get through and pushes his teammate out. So Bad Boy Man gets through and his teammate goes out at the last chance at the checkered flag. So what an ending to Q2. So there you have it, TTL Danius fastest, Henke in P2 and B-Right in P3, separated by less than a tenth of a second. But it's the bottom half, Sosa in the Mercedes who crashes out, will start in P15. Royks in the Alpine, making that huge mistake in turn 8. He goes out in the Alpine in P14. Sergio Silva in the other Mercedes out in P13. Another Dutch year's home Grand Prix crashes it out around turn 14. Will start in P12. And the Aston Martin of TTL Nick, I think it might be his home Grand Prix as well, not too sure. But he is out in P11 after his teammate nudges him out and goes up to P7. Ryan Dipervine just making it through in the AlphaTauri at his home Grand Prix.
Grand Prix would prove to be the circuit's last F1 event for over 35 years. Lauda, entering his final race, also went on to win. Legend has it that the first corner is named after a local character, who has earned the nickname of Tarzan. The circuit was planned to be built over his vegetable garden, and he would only allow it if the track design was named as nearby Colorado. This circuit is made up of 14 corners, the last of which is banked at a staggering 19 degrees, making it twice as steep as the bank in Indianapolis Speedway. The Netherlands has produced multiple F1 drivers. However, multiple world champion Max Verstappen is the only one to have won a race. Max followed in his father's footsteps by becoming an F1 driver. Jos Verstappen scored 2 podiums in 1994 when he was paired with Michael Schumacher at Benetton. Prince Bira of Siam won the first Dutch race here at Zandvoort in 1948. Members of the Tyrrell family.
So it is Bad Boy Man who will be the first driver out in Q3 to set his lap with 10 minutes remaining, and then it is race time. Still got a few Dutchies in Q3. We've got Ryan Dipervine, we've got Fanfinus, we've got Bad Boy Man, that's 3 of them. 1 in an Aston, 1 in an Alpine, and 1 in an AlphaTauri. All the A's. Looking forward to this Q3 session and then the start of the race. Just to say, Ty has actually got pole position in Netherlands last season in Realistic, and when he was driving for the Ferrari, and that was with a 1:10.2. I've got a feeling that won't be the fastest lap this year. I think that he's already been beaten a couple of times by a lot of drivers, but you can see how much the times have changed. So Bad Boy Man into turn 12, 11 and 12. And then down towards 13 for the Aston Martin. Makes a slight mistake into 13. Round turn 14 he goes. Down towards the line goes the Aston Martin. And it's a 1.9.666. That's the second time we've seen that exact time this weekend. So Bad Boy Man goes fastest. We've got Henke on a lap. Fanfinis. We've got Senjo coming as well, the McLaren driver. Here comes Senjo, P2, so he's not as quick as the Aston Martin driver. We've got the two Red Bulls as well. It is always Maxibot leading in that Red Bull charge in qualifying. They are on outlaps. But I tell you who isn't, and that is Fanfinis in the Alpine. Who is going to be next? 8 minutes remaining here in Q3. And it is still all to play for. It really is. So here comes Fanfinis in the Alpine, and it's a 1:09.9. It does go just quicker than the McLaren, very close in lap times. Here comes Henke in the Alfa Romeo, goes fastest, a 1:09.3. He's 3 tenths quicker than Bad Boy Man in the Aston Martin. What a lap time. Here comes Ryan Diper in the only AlphaTauri to make it into Q3, and he goes P2 just behind the Alfa Romeo. But here comes Banter Brandon, and he's slower than the Alfa Romeo of Henke. Wow. It's going to be the Red Bulls who are next, who are very close to each other on track, but it's going to be Maxibot to the line first. So Maxibot coming around turn 13 and 14. Can the Red Bulls take that provisional pole away from that Alfa Romeo? He does. It's a 1:08.8, and B right to the line goes quicker with a 1:08.7. It's a Red Bull 1-2 in Q3. But Dennis is on a lap as well in that Ferrari. He's the man to watch out for in that Scuderia. Going around turn 11 and 12. Through sector 3. Down towards turn 13. DRS enabled. Halfway round towards turn 14. Out of the corner. Down the pit straight towards the line. And it's a 1:08.6, and it's pole position at the moment for Dennis. Provisional pole. Ariel into the pit lane. What a lap. Ryan pits. So that is it for the first round of Q3. They all go in, regroup, and they will be back out. That gives me a chance to get a glass of water.
Netherlands has produced multiple F1 drivers. However, multiple world champion Max Verstappen is the only one to have won a race. Max followed in his father's footsteps by becoming an F1 driver. Jos Verstappen scored 2 podiums in 1994 when he was paired with Michael Schumacher at Benetton. Prince Bira of Siam won the first Dutch race here at Zandvoort in 1948. A member of the Thai royal family, he also competed in the Olympic Games 4 times. The Prince was the only Thai driver to have competed in Formula 1 until Alex Albon in 2019. As one of the more challenging circuits, Zandvoort is not the easiest place to overtake, so expect lots of do-or-die moments at the end of the entry and exit of the home straight. Legend has it that the first corner is named after a local character, who has earned the nickname of Tarzan. The circuit was planned to be built over his vegetable garden, and he would only allow it if track designers named a nearby corner after him. Fans can take advantage of the various vantage points down the main straight if they want to see some speed today. For the real action, get yourself over to the Tarzan Grandstand to see who breaks the latest to pull off a big overtake into turn 1. When we think of the Dutch, we might recall the 1,000 plus bridges of Amsterdam or the iconic windmills. How about this? The Dutch eat the most licorice in the world, with an average of 2 kilos eaten per person, for a total of 32 million kilos each year, and I'm enjoying a piece right now. Zandvoort Circuit first opened in 1948 and held its first official round of the Formula 1 World Championship 4 years later in 1952. The 1985 Grand Prix would prove to be the circuit's last F1 event for over 35 years. Lauda, entering his final race, also went on to win. Though the circuit only has a capacity of just over 100,000, on its scheduled debut in 2020...
So 2.5 minutes of qualifying remaining. We'll start to see them drivers pile out of the pit lane and get ready for that one last shootout.
Niki Lauda and Alan Prost, who all previously won the
It looks like Dennis and the Aston Martin. As Ariel is out, by the way. The Alfa Romeo will not take part in this last shootout. And it is Ryan Dappavine in the AlphaTauri who is first out of the pit lane. And then Dennis right behind him, who is currently provisional pole. So on the outlap they go. Yeah, all the drivers diving out of the pit lane now. This is it, the last chance to get through to that pole position. So it's going to be a big shootout between them Red Bulls and Ferraris here. But don't count out a shocker, you never know. All the drivers going slow. A minute remaining. So here goes Ryan. His last chance. They'll push it right to the limits now. So here goes Ryan down towards turn 1 in the AlphaTauri. Henke to split them, you never know. Henke's been flying at the moment. Here comes the AlphaTauri into the hairpin at turn 4. Oh, he's really pushing this to the limit, this AlphaTauri. The Dutchman at his home Grand Prix, that'd be something. He is improving, only 2 100ths up. Really nice line through there. Didn't make the mistake that Roix made, the AlphaTauri driver. In towards turn 10. A really nice line. So smooth through there, Ryan. down towards 11, and he's a 10th of a second up. That would put him around Banter Brandon's time. The checkered flag has waved here in Zandvoort for the Netherlands qualifying. Round turn 13 and 14, DRS enabled for the AlphaTauri. A slight mistake, but it wouldn't have cost him any time. To the line, and he goes. P5 just in front of Banter Brandon. Here comes Dennis, and Dennis doesn't go quicker. It is a 108.6. Henke to the line, stays P4. Then we have a Red Bull and Maxibot, the Belgian driver, to the line goes P2 just in front of his teammate. Here comes B Wright, the championship leader, takes pole position here in Netherlands, a 108.4. And here comes Bad Boy Man, but it is a pole position for the Red Bull team and B Wright. What a time. But it's a Red Bull Ferrari front row once again. So there you have it. B Wright takes pole position for the Dutch qualifying. TTL Dennis and the Ferrari will start on the front row of the grid with him. On the second row of the grid, the other Belgian driver of Maxibot in the other Red Bull in P3. Alongside him, Henke in the Alfa Romeo in P4. On the third row of the grid, it's Banter Brandon in the Ferrari, and alongside him, the Norwegian of Senja in the McLaren. On the fourth row of the grid, it's double Dutch for Bad Boy Man and Fanfinis in the Aston Martin in the Alpine. And then we go Dutch on the fifth row for Ryan Dijkveen in the AlphaTauri, and the South African of Ariel in the Alfa Romeo completes your top 10. Here we go, the start of the Netherlands Grand Prix. Round 7, sponsored by Rock Solid Rigs. And it's lights out and away we go. B Wright, gets a beautiful start. Here comes the other Red Bull of Maxibot round the outside of the Ferrari of TTL Dennis, and the Red Bulls have already gone 1-2 here in Netherlands. You've got Dennis in P3, the other Ferrari of Banter Brandon already up to P4. You've got Henke in the Alfa Romeo down to P5. Then you've got the Aston Martin there as well, and the other Alfa Romeo. They're the McLaren of Senjo as well. Brilliant start from all the drivers here. Fanfinis stays in position. Ryan Dijkveen in P9. Ties up 1, Sergio up 1, Ariel down 4. Everybody else sticking to position and still getting through nicely. B Wright leads the Grand Prix at the end of lap 1. That's a yellow flag. That's Matt Robinson. That's Forza Ferrari. In the Williams is into the wall. And he's got no front wing here in Zandvoort. But it's B Wright and Maxibot that lead. TTL Dennis and Banter Brandon that follow. It's Red Bull to Ferrari. Great race start. I think Nick there just getting past Ties in the Williams. Can he come back at him into the slipstream? He goes. Here goes Ties on the Aston Martin. Side by side he goes. Gonna go the long way round into turn 1. Makes it look easy. What a move from Ties in that Williams. Podge makes a move on his teammate. The two Hasses trading places. So that is a yellow flag. Be Right does lead. Forza Ferrari in the Williams is out. And I don't know if it is a safety car. So Forza Ferrari is out. No, it is not a safety car. We go back racing. Forza Ferrari in the Williams. Already out on lap 2, unfortunately. Don't worry, Trubo, mate. So Maxi Block's still following. Sergio Silva just in front of his Mercedes teammate of Sus. Oh, they're just trading places. No, it was Sergio Silva trying to make a move on Nick. Oh, nearly made a mistake there, Nick, in the Aston Martin. Sergio trying to make the move. Got Fanfinus on the back of Sergio as well. Dennis still sticking with Maxi Block. Be Right's got a nice half-second lead now. Sergio catching up to Nick. DRS is now enabled as well, so you'll see him come down this straight. Look how close Fanfinus is to Sergio. Remember, Sergio will not have DRS, so Fanfinus might be able to make the move here. And the two Red Bulls as well. Look how close Dennis is. And Bad Boy Man and Fanfinus just squabble into turn 1. Great racing from the two of them. Wheel to wheel, side by side. Through turn 2 and 3. Into the hairpin they go. This is magnificent to watch between the Alpine and the Aston. And the two Dutchies at their home Grand Prix. So Fanfinus slotting back in behind Bad Boy Man. But look how close he is to his tail. This is a great battle to watch between the Alpine and the Aston Martin. Remember, they're going to have that DRS again, so just have a peek on Dennis here. Because he's going to be right behind that Red Bull and Maxi Block. And they're both going to have DRS though, as it's Be Right that leads. And yep, not able to do anything this time. What about these two? Here comes Sergio and Bad Boy Man. Fanfinus is there as well, but it's Bad Boy Man and Sergio, the McLaren and the Aston this time. But Sergio just stays in front. Out of the hairpin they go. Oh, that's Dennis on Maxi. Maxi's made a mistake. He's lost 2 positions to the Ferraris. Maxi Block has gone from P2 to P4. And that is so costly now as it leaves Ben wide open with that DRS of Dennis on him. So Maxi Block made a mistake. He's down to P4 and the 2 Ferraris are up to P2 and P3. That is sus through an aerial as well, but it's going to be interesting to see if Dennis can get any closer to Be Right now as they go down towards turn 1. Remember, he will have that DRS. He is catching rapidly here, but he's going to run out of time on this lap. That is Banter Brandon and Maxi Block as well. Maxi Block down into turn 1 and Maxi Block is back through. And that is Banter Brandon that made a slight mistake and lost the rears there. So we got the McLaren who has been overtaken by Bad Boy Man. Fanfinus is there as well. Look how close Fanfinus is to Sergio. Will he make a lunge? He'll probably wait for that DRS. He knows how strong it is. Dennis will be waiting for his opportunity down into turn 1 now as well. Look at Dennis chasing down B right. And just not close enough again. He is getting closer. Here goes Fanfinus on Senjo, and he's going to try and make the double overtake on Bad Boy Man. Fanfinus 2 for 1 down into turn 1 for the Alpine. Can the Aston respond to that double overtake of Fanfinus? Here it is, home Grand Prix, down into the hairpin of turn 4, and the Aston is backed out the inside. What racing we have here in Zandvoort, and the Alpine has made it through, and Fanfinus gets the double overtake on lap 7. What a move. Tyres as well on the back of Ryan. That was a great move from Fanf. DRS is going to be enabled once again. Look how close Ryan is to Senjo, but they're all stuck in that DRS train. Sergio Silva on the back of Nick. Ginaudi on the back of Matt Robertson. Jack just plodding away at the back there in the Haas. He needs a safety car. Here comes Dennis once again. Is he going to be close enough to make that move? He's backed out again. He's backed out. He's happily staying behind him. Doesn't want to be in the lead of this Grand Prix. Very tactical. Very tactical. There goes Bad Boy Man to respond to that overtake from Fam. And the Aston Martin and the Alpine trade places once again. Ginaudi does get through on Matt Robertson, the AlphaTauri driver, up to P15. Now Matt Robertson has Podge in the Haas on the back of him. Down into the hairpin. Does the Haas have a little peek? He thought about it. Fanfinus and Bad Boy Man still going at it here. So Dennis didn't do the overtake, thought better of it. To be honest, what I'm thinking is Dennis is probably thinking if I get past B right, then I'm leaving myself open to the 2 Red Bulls. So he's very, very tactical here. That just shows what sort of race IQ Dennis has. So the Belgian driver, look how quick he's catching. Yeah, he's easing off again. He knows he's got Maximot behind him and he just needs to stay in that DRS train. Senjo, Fanfinus on Bad Boy Man. Bad Boy Man making him go the long way around this time. Isn't going to make the same mistake twice. But has Fanfinus got a better exit? Down into turn 2 and 3. They get very close to each other. But the racing, the spectacular racing continues here in Zandvoort. Tyres and Ryan locked in that DRS train. Senjo just doesn't know what to do. He's watching Bad Boy Man and Fanfinus just continue to squabble in front. Oh, Dennis as well. He's really close. He's gone for it this time. He's gone for the overtake on B right. And Dennis takes the lead of the Netherlands Grand Prix. Can B right respond? Let's have a look at tyres as well. So Maximot is on the softs. Bad Boy Man is through on Fanfinus again. The Alpine and the Aston. It just continues to go between them. Through turn 2 and into 3. Bad Boy Man is through and into the hairpin and Fanfinus will have to slot back in behind him. But Dennis is now leading this Grand Prix. Was that move tactical? We will find out, but he has left himself open to a double attack from the Red Bulls. So he has taken the lead, but look at this. I've got a funny feeling the Red Bulls are both going to try and go for him down into turn 1. Maximot a little bit later on the brakes and they're getting very close to that Ferrari. Look how close this is. So they've both been patient. They've both waited. They're waiting for that DRS. Down into turn 1. Are the Red Bulls going to get him or is he a little bit too far away? I think Dennis got the gap that he needed actually. He did and he is enough ahead to stay ahead. Here comes Fan from Bad Boy Man again to trade places on lap 11. And he's going to go for the inside line into turn 1. And Fanfredas once again swaps positions with Bad Boy Man. Then you've got Sergio Silva on the back of Tyres. You've got Sus on the back of Ariel. Ryan Dipavine on Nick. Ryan on Sendro. Ryan with a double overtake into turn 2 and 3 and the hairpin. Nick round the outside of the McLaren. McLaren just scrubs the back end there. But Ryan in the AlphaTauri with the move of his life here in Zandvoort. Nick Tyres having a look down the inside in that Williams. Oh, and the Aston Martin and Nick's gone wide. He's let the Mercedes of Sergio and Tyres through. One slight mistake can cost you so much when it's this tightly packed. Tyres down the inside of the McLaren, and Tyres is up to P9 with the DRS as well. There goes Sergio Silva into the points. Ryan Dipavine is through on Bad Boy Man. He's made 3 overtakes in 1 lap. Here goes B right on Dennis, still not close enough to me. Oh, that is Bad Boy Man is out. Bad Boy Man is out. He's in the middle of the track. Hopefully nobody crashes into him. The safety car is out. Remember, there is no ghosting on. The cars need to be very careful here. Bad Boy Man in the Aston Martin is out of this race. Oh wow, what just happened to Rikes? I was on board with him and just seen him spin out into the wall. So all the leaders of this Grand Prix pit, but look at this. It's Max Block and B right. They had to double stack, but did they have enough of a gap? I think they did. So Dennis now leads this Grand Prix on fresh tyres. So every single driver on hards, apart from Roix on mediums and Podge on softs. 23 laps remaining. Wow, what a situation to be in. Yeah, come join Mad G. We'll do a quick interview, no problem. So behind the safety car, they are. The Ferrari leads to the 2 Red Bulls, and then the Ferrari abandon the Alfa Romeo, AlphaTauri and Williams complete the next 3, which is great for them and their teams. Remember guys, exclamation mark Discord in the chat if you do want to be a part of Formula 7 racing. I do have to sort out that slight lag on the stream though, it's doing my head in that. So under the safety car we are, and we are joined by the Alfa Romeo team principal. Mad G, how are you mate? Sorry, I had it muted then. We are joined by the Alfa Romeo team principal of Mad G. Mad G, how are you, mate?
I'm not too bad, not too bad at all. A bit different than not sitting in the AlphaTauri anymore, I'll tell you that.
Yeah, I bet, mate. Yeah, sitting in the back
Sorry,
of the grid.
Trubo, sorry I had to say that.
So,
Sorry,
Alfa
Trubo, I had
Romeo
to say
team
it.
principal. This is your first race that you're going to be obviously coming in for an interview as a team principal of Alfa Romeo. How's it going so far, then, and the strategy-wise?
Well, so far so good. I mean, like I say, Henke did lose a place off the start and obviously dropped back a bit. But say safety cars helped us now, bring us all back in. Ariel's got back into position as well. He's only got a scrap of the Mercedes at the back there. But no, it's actually worked a treat. Ariel obviously kept the softs, and that's why he only did the one lap in quali, which I thought was a smart move from him. But at the moment, I'm quite happy with what they're doing. They're exactly where they need to be. They're doing exactly what I want them to do.
Definitely.
You can't ask them much more.
You're absolutely right, and the pace that Henke's shown in qualifying as well, Maggie, that was unbelievable.
No, he's literally just pulling everything out of the car itself. Ariel's doing exactly the same thing, so I couldn't ask for anything more than I really couldn't.
No, absolutely, and obviously Ariel's in a position now that he's been brought back into the race. He's in P10. He does have that challenge in front of him, but to be honest, with Sergio, Fanth, Tyres, Ryan, these are all drivers that you're probably hoping Ariel can compete with for extra points here today.
Oh, I think he will. I've got no doubt about that. He will. I mean, maybe not Fanth or Tyres. Obviously, they're just different. They're a different breed altogether. They're basically like Henke that he is right now. They're just total different breed.
No, absolutely. Yeah, you're right.
What is with Ariel, what he can do, he can actually push on Sergio. He can push him. And if he can get on the back of Fanth and Tyres and Ryan, it's all game. It's all fair game after that. And that's for Henke. If he can stick on the back of Banter Brandon this time, because I know obviously he dropped back and then... but obviously I saw Banter Brandon dropping back off the top three. If Henke can push up right now, I think he's going for a move on him right now, but maybe not.
Yeah, he was. I was just watching that then. But yeah, I know exactly what you mean. Ariel's sort of right in the mix of that battle. Henke could look to push on. He's only got a Red Bull and Ferraris in front of him, so hopefully they can get some decent points on the board, the Alfa Romeo, and get the team principal up and rolling here as well. So good luck in the rest of the race there, Maggi.
Yeah, thank you very much.
Cheers, mate. Thank you. The Alfa Romeo team principal there of Maggi. His drivers in P5 and P11 doing a fantastic job for him. Ariel just losing that position to Senjo in the McLaren. Hopefully he can get back into that top 10. He will definitely be fighting with them. He knows he has some great drivers in front of him, but he'll be looking to compete with them. Henke as well. He will be looking for a podium, absolutely. Yeah, BBM, you and Nick in a great position. You were having some fantastic battles as well. Really unfortunate. So, Maxibox chasing down B-Right, and B-Right chasing down Dennis. But they are all chased down by the Alfa Romeo of Henke. 20 laps remaining. So Podge on them softs as well, so just keep an eye out for him. He will be a lot quicker than them hard drivers at the moment. If another safety car comes out, that would be perfect for Podge. But he will be looking to make up as many positions as he can, especially when he's on the faster tyre compounds. Reutz and Nick already going at it straight away again, both on the mediums. Reutz going to try and go down the inside, just backs out. Good racing. So around turn 14 we go. Remember, no DRS yet because of that safety car. So the next time you will get it is out of turn 10. It's nice finally talking to the Alfa Romeo team principal as well. Finally being here, watching the race. Nice to have a chat with him and get his take on the race. So yeah, brilliant stuff. Sergio Silva sticking it in P9. Jack and Nick both into the pit lane. I wonder what happened there. Banter Brandon on Max here. Look how close he is. Is Brandon going to go for a move? He knows he needs to make it soon. Because you've got B right on the back of Dennis now as well. There goes Podge on Sus, and he is through on them soft tyres. Oh, B right is going to have that DRS on Dennis. The Red Bull on the Ferrari. It's such an interesting race to watch now. Literally anything can happen from here. He's going to have that DRS. He's going to go down the inside. No, just backs out, stays behind the Ferrari. Max Box there as well. All the drivers just staying in position. You've got Roix on Gennady, the Alpine on the AlphaTauri. Roix is through on Gennady. Down into turn 1. So Roix, after hitting the wall under the safety car, trying to come back from that. But right, look how close he is to Dennis. He's going to wait for that perfect opportunity though. Just backs out. Sus is back through on Podge as well. So the Mercedes back through on the Haas. Look at Henke sticking with these Red Bull and Ferrari drivers. He's not letting them get away. Oh, they are really close to each other. Look at this for a DRS stream. Yeah, it's not a great race for you, Saro, especially when you needed your drivers to finish. And there goes B right into the lead of this Grand Prix, and so does Maxi. The Red Bulls go back into 1-2 here in the Netherlands. And that is not going to be good. That's what I said about Dennis. Once he took the lead, he was leaving himself open to that double Red Bull overtake, and that's exactly what's happened. Sergio is there. Ariel still sticking with him. He's still within DRS range. He's just going to keep plodding along now. Ties in the Williams in P8, still in a brilliant position. So Dennis will have that DRS, but Maxi will also have it from his teammate. Yeah, Saro, Astons were in great positions. So this is where we'll find out if Dennis can make a move back on the Red Bulls. Oh, Banner Brandon has left the session. I hope he can get back in. Oh, that is really unfortunate. That moves everybody up in position, including Henke. Oh, Ties is up there now as well. Fanfurness as well on Ryan Dijperveen. Fan from Ryan. The Alpine in the AlphaTauri into the hairpin. The Alpine nearly spins it. The AlphaTauri is through and up to P5. Sergio now from Brandon as well, and Sergio, oh, Sergio trying to push his luck. Hopefully Brandon can get back in. Sergio is now through. What about Ariel? Can he get into the top 10 now? Yeah, he does. And Brandon needs to get back in ASAP. The two Red Bulls still lead. So, but look how close Dennis is to Maximo. He's going to go for it into the slipstream. The two Red Bulls blocking off right, blocking off left, working really well together. This is the problem when you have two cars in front of you. Henke, how have the Alfa Romeo managed to get Henke? I tell you what a signing he was for Alfa Romeo. 15 laps remaining, only 2 DNS, a Williams and an Aston Martin. The caliber of driving has been a lot better recently. And I've got to acknowledge that. It's been brilliant. I hope Brandon's got an invite to get back in. I don't know what's happened, if he's had a power cut or anything like that. Podge is through as well, but that's just on banner Brandon. Gennadi's going to go as well. Brandon's going to be right at the back of this grid if he gets back in. So, B-Right will still lead going down into turn 1, but look how close Dennis is. He goes left and right. Oh, and the Red Bulls nearly collide as they try and defend the position. Roix does get through on Podge, who's done 10 laps on them softs now. Matt Robertson is going to move up. The Red Bulls are working really well together here. Tyres in P7. Oh, here goes Fanfurness and Ryan again. They've already had one battle. And they're going at it again, but Ryan just stays in front. Sandro and Sergio Silva chasing the Mercedes down. Got a bit more ERS. There's Gennadi on Podge. Podge is going to have to pit. I think he was hoping for that late safety car. But he needs it to come soon to get off them soft compounds. DRS enabled for Fanf. The question is, will we see Maxi and B-Right fight at the end of this race? That is the question. Maxi, yeah, just stays behind B-Right. Here comes Fanfon Ryan again. The Alpine down the inside of the Alpha Tauri. And Fanfurness is up to P5 now. Can Ryan come back at him? Not this time. So Fanfurness stuck it in there and he's completed it. So Fanfurness up to P5. Max Bot right on the tail of B-Right. Does Maxibot is still in the championship fight though, so does he just stay behind him, even though he might have a chance to overtake him? That's the question. Can you ask a driver to stay behind? It will be interesting come the end of this race. I've got a funny feeling it will be very similar to Miami. Hopefully not with the incident though, just an overtake. As you look at the difference the DRS makes, Max Buck is having to brake before turn 1 to avoid trying to overtake his teammate. Here comes Ryan Diver in on Fanfurness. Fanfurness goes for the inside line, pushes Ryan out wide. There goes Sandro and Sergio Silva. The McLaren's through on the Mercedes. The Mercedes has the inside line. Sandro goes the long way round. And he's up to P8, goes Sandro. There goes Fanfurness back on Ryan. Tyes is having a look as well. Into the hairpin they go. And Fanf keeps P5 for now. $11 laps remaining. TTL Dennis is getting close to Maxi here. It's only a matter of time until they'll be able to make that opportunity. but Dennis needs to be a lot closer than that if he wants to try and make a move. He did get a very, very good exit here, Dennis. Here goes Dennis. Maxi making the inside line. And Dennis is finding it very difficult to make a move. Here comes Ryan. Does Fanf make the move to the inside? He does. And Fanf is going to try and keep the inside line. The Alpha Tower and the Alpine. Great racing from the two of them. Really is brilliant racing, this. It's great to watch. Oh, Maxi went wide. Oh, luckily Dennis wasn't close to them to capitalise. And Dennis just needs that one opportunity in the last 10 laps. And I've got a funny feeling he's going to get it soon. The Red Bulls are working together though. Every single time B-Right stays to the left and Maxibot goes to the right. You'll see it again here. Dennis is so quick out of turn 14. But as soon as he starts catching up, he's not close this time. But Maxibot moves to the right and B-Right stays to the left. So there's nowhere for Dennis to go. Here comes Ryan on Fanf. Does Fanf take the inside line again? No, not this time. Just stays behind him. And he will have a look up the inside. Roix on Ginaudi, the Alpine on the Alpha Tauri, and Roix makes the move. Oh, Ginaudi there nearly gets clipped by Roix. Did Roix move in a little bit too soon? But he is up to P12. The two Alfa Romeos still into the top 10. And he's got a nice gap to Sus as well. So, this is it. Dennis really needs to get on the back of these Red Bulls. Is he close enough? He's really close. But look, Maximum moves to the right every time. Just trying to stop that move. Is Ryan close enough to Fanf? Does Fanfinus move to the inside line again? He does. Oh, moves Ryan to the outside, squeezes him as much as possible. And Ryan will have to stay where he is for another lap. It might get frustrating. Sergio still into the top 10 for the Mercedes team. So Maximock has to slow down, which gives the opportunity to Dennis, but he just cannot get through. Ryan on fan for this. Not as close this time. You've got that huge DRS train and nobody can really do anything. Ginaudi doing well. Oh, Ginaudi, Roix makes a mistake and Ginaudi goes right on through. Hodge has done 17 laps on themselves. Wow. No driver is making mistakes. We've had 2 DNFs in 29 laps. And no driver is making mistakes. Henke is about 10 seconds off the podiums now, but he's done a really, really good job of just sticking where he is, making no mistakes. But Dennis, again, just has to stay where he is. And Ryan not close enough either. What about Pod John Roix? He will have that DRS. Will Podge be able to make the move in the Haas? Here he comes. Down into turn 1. Just thinks better of it this time. No need for the lunge at this point. So it is a Red Bull 1-2 with 6 laps remaining as we hit lap 30. And we still have this huge DRS train from lap 5 to from P9 to from P5 to P9. And we still have that 1, 2 and 3. That is Roix in the Alpine who slid it. Wow, look at that. You see the tyre marks on the track as it loses the rear tyres. Only one driver with a penalty in the whole race, and that was Roix on this lap. So it's took until lap 31 for any single driver to get a penalty. Lap 31. And you tell us about the driving standards. That is the driving standards right there. Only 2 DNFs all race, 1 penalty, and that was on lap 31. It is incredible. Especially when we only have like 1 DNF. On Sunday or Monday, whatever it was. Just really, really good. Dennis is closing that gap. Is he just waiting? I mean, B Wright's used a bit more battery than Max Bock and Dennis has. Yeah, one was a retirement in the pits. Exactly. So literally only like 1 DNF. Dennis just cannot. He needs to just build up his battery. You know what? B Wright's got a lot lower battery than what Maxi has. If that doesn't say I'm saving up for that chance on the last lap, I don't know what does. I would keep an eye on that. Here comes Ryan. Oh, he tricks him, goes round wide. Banter Brandon is back in. He's only been out for like 15 laps. He's back in. So, 4 laps remaining. It's been a great race. I've got a funny feeling one of these Red Bulls is building up to something at the end here. Goes a little bit deep there, Sergio, but he's having a brilliant race. Max Bock really close to be right. Matt Robertson is through on Roix. Good overtake from the McLaren down the inside. Ryan Dabfin is through on Fanfinus again. Ryan Dabfin is finally up to P5. Ty's still watching on in P7. That's a brilliant position to be in for the Williams. So Ryan Dabveen finally takes that P5 back. how close this is. Here comes Famf once again. 3 full laps remaining. Nick is from Roix as well. Mad G, them softs of Podge on 21 laps. Oh, Fanfurness has made that mistake. He's took the McLaren out. Senjo is out and into the wall. And Fanfurness, oh, that is really unfortunate. He made a mistake. He's took Senjo out in the McLaren. Ryan Dijkhoven is into P5, but Tyres is now on his tail in P6, and he will have that DRS. But Fanfurness made a mistake, and Senjo is now out of the points. I've got to say, I don't know if it's just me, but it looks to me like Maxi Block has been building up to this move on his teammate for the last couple of laps. He's finally gone for it. He's been building up to it and building up to it. He's been saving his battery from lap 32. He's been saving it and he's finally gone for it on his teammate. And Maxi Block now for the first time this evening leads the Netherlands Grand Prix. Dennis nearly tried to make the move. Tyres and Ryan now squabble, the two Dutchies. And the Williams is settling back in behind the Alpha Tauri. And B Right, this is going to be his last opportunity because he now needs to make the move on Maxi Block going down into turn 1. Otherwise, Maxi Block with that battery is going to be able to stay in front. That's what he was waiting for. He was waiting for that opportunity. He was saving the ERS and he's gone for the overtake on lap 35. And now all he needs to do is use that battery to stay in front. Remember, TTL Dennis is behind B Right as well with 35%. So he's going to now kick that in. That battery is going to be on overtake. And I tell you what, B Right is going to be lucky if he can keep this position as well. Here comes TTL Dennis, goes right and left. The Ferrari and the Red Bull side by side into turn 1. So Dennis is going for the move. He's got the outside line. Red Bull and B Right trying to stick it and keep P2. And Dennis was giving it everything on the very last lap here in Netherlands. He wasn't able to get through. B Right defended so well. But Maxi Block has done everything he needed to do and will probably win this race if he makes no mistakes. He did what he needed to do. Tyres wasn't able to make the move on Ryan. It's been a fantastic race all round. Maxi Block bided his time and he made the move. And Maxi Block with a brilliant drive here in the Netherlands. B Right took the win in the Netherlands on Monday night. It's now Maxi's turn on Wednesday. He did say that on Monday. So here we go. Dennis is still going to try and get it. But Maxi Block is going to come down the straight. And the Belgian driver here in the Netherlands wins the Grand Prix. B Right takes P2. Dennis takes P3. All separated by less than 7/10 of a second after 36 laps. What a race. Henke in the Alfa Romeo is going to take 12 points on the board for the Alfa Romeo team. P4. Ryan Dijkhoven takes P5. And what a drive from Tyres in the Williams takes P6. Fanfurness in the Alpine takes P7 for now. Sergio takes P8. Ariel in the Alfa Romeo is going to come through in P9. And it's double points for the two Mercedes as Sutt is going to come through in P10. You could tell what Maxi was doing. He was saving it and he was waiting for that opportunity. There you have it on the top step. Maxi Watt, the double Red Bull podium as well. And Dennis in the Ferrari. Let's go through the final standings. Maxi Watt in the Red Bull wins the Dutch Grand Prix here in Zandvoort. B Wright takes P2 to make it a double Red Bull podium. TTL Dennis in the Ferrari takes P3 in the last podium position. Maxi Watt going from P3 to P1 on this grid. Henke in the Alfa Romeo in P4, P5 to Ryan in the Alfa Tauri, and then it's Tyres and Fanfinus, the Dutchies in the Williams and the Alpine. Then we've got a Mercedes of Sergio, Ariel in the Alfa, and Suss in the Mercedes, and we'll just take a picture of the rest of the standings. Brilliant, brilliant race. So we'll just wait for TTL Dennis. So this is what we've been working on at the moment, guys, for the podcast screen. Hopefully we can get some backlays and everything set up in there. So we're working on it. We're trying to get it up and running, but we don't want to rush this, you know. I just thought I'd show you. Is Dennis in?
Yeah, I'm here.
Sound. So P3 Dennis in that Ferrari. What a race, only 7/10 behind P1. What a drive.
Yeah, it was an amazing drive.
It was a brilliant race between you and the Red Bulls, mate.
Yeah, I didn't expect this because I thought that the Ferrari will be a bit slower in the race, but we were, I think, like 36 laps inside a second. So it was amazing, yeah.
Yeah, it was, and obviously you had them two Red Bulls working together in front of you. That must have been difficult to navigate around.
Yeah, it was, because Maxi was sometimes slowing down. I was trying to get Maxi fighting with them, but it didn't happen.
No.
There were two moments where they both almost touched each other in turn one, but it was not enough.
We did catch one of them. You obviously had that really close opportunity on lap 36 to get past B, right? That was a close one.
Yeah, it was a close one, and I was also told from my team principal, be careful because Ben will defend aggressively, and I thought, no, P3 in a Ferrari is amazing. Why should I throw it away? So yeah, when I saw that it wouldn't happen, I just said, you know, I'll give it to him.
No, absolutely, mate, and you don't want to throw a podium away.
Yeah.
And it was a great drive, especially when your teammate isn't in the points, unfortunately, from lagging out. But it was still a fantastic drive, and that race, the whole race, you were just side by side. Even after the pit stops, you were just battling with them Red Bulls all race. It must have been enjoyable.
It is, man, because we all know how fast their car is.
Yeah.
And to be fighting 36 laps with them around Zandvoort, it's, you know, I know that's difficult, but I'm doing my best to get to P2, to get to P1, but it will come.
No, absolutely. I can guarantee it'll come, especially with the pace that you have, Dennis. So, what a brilliant drive. Congratulations on a beautiful podium, mate.
Thanks, man.
Cheers, Dennis. We go to your P2 driver, the Red Bull of B Right. B Right, how are you?
Now, vamos, baby.
Vamos. 1-2 for the Red Bull, a P2 for you. How was that one?
Yeah, that was good, mate. Led for most of the race. Maxi and Dennis there, sort of whole race. We couldn't get away from them, and just running out of DRS every lap. Couldn't recharge because obviously no DRS to recharge down the straight, and we all know your car eats DRS. But no, I'm so happy. I mean, what a week this has been already. A win on Monday, a win on Tuesday. P2 tonight. Not quite P1. Maxi took it away from me again in the last couple
I've seen
of
him
laps,
saving it as well from like lap 32.
He was. He was being a cheeky little devil. I did ask him what his ERS was at one point, and he was like, "Yeah, I'm okay." And his little Belgian accent. But no, do you know what? It's not just about getting wins. It's about getting to that line together. You can see at the start of the season, people were so skeptical of how me and Maxi were going to be, and as you can see there tonight, yeah, he almost hit me a couple of times, but I can trust Maxi enough to get really close to my car and not hit me. I know what he's doing, and I know what he was doing to defend against Dennis. But no, I'm really happy for him. You know, he's missed a lot of races, and for him to be getting the wins at the moment is really good. And it's like I've texted him when we spoke about what should we do, and when we just speak on a regular basis, I've just said to him, do you know what, Maxi, I don't care if it's you that finishes first or me that finishes first, as long as it's P2 and we're both on that podium together, there's nothing that could beat that feeling.
No, you're absolutely right, Ben. That's what it's all about. It was a brilliant drive from the two Red Bulls. Yes, you got close, but it was great defending, it was great teamwork, and you both thoroughly deserve a podium, so well done, mate.
Yeah, cheers, Nathan. Obviously, yeah, massive effort, and obviously P2 runs down for it. It's not quite a win. It doesn't quite hit at the same, but I had that.
It's nice.
I bet it does, mate.
I thought to Ben to interview that on the Wednesday I was gonna do payback for Monday, but
I know,
no,
yeah. Well, on Monday, Ben called it as well, saying that you'd probably win it on Wednesday. We seen you saving up your ERS. We seen you defending for pretty much the whole race. You were defending against Dennis. You took your opportunity at the end. Talk us through it, mate.
yeah. So on the first stint, I went close to disaster, losing the rear, then riding the curb, losing on both Ferraris my place, but took Brandon back, so it was still pretty good, but not in the same positions. After the pit stop, we had to do teamwork. We were behind. It was really like calculated. We really planned on when to pass Dennis. We knew we could pass together. We saw it after a couple of laps that we were fast on the straight. So we really waited to pass both of us on the same time. So pushed the
boys,
ball
there's
up
nothing on
to pass
stream.
together.
There's nothing on stream.
Oh, but so we passed him together to be able to defend behind. Then passed our race to just be a warrior. Very difficult because on this track, if you don't use ERS, you come alongside the car in front of you, and that's not what you want with your teammate. And also, we didn't want to use ERS, so I had to slow down coming back to Ben, but also I had to take care of Dennis behind. And that's why often I had to defend without ERS and coming close to Ben because he wasn't. He took a normal line, but I had to brake later, and so very stressful race. And at the end, then took my moment when I saw I could. Dennis was saving his ERS, so I was a bit easier to get on it, and I didn't know Ben was so low on ERS, to be honest, but he had a great defending then on the last lap as well on Dennis, so beautiful 1-2 teamwork.
Yeah, oh, it was great teamwork, Maxi, and I know exactly what you mean, like, you're trying to save your ERS to make that one last chance, but you're trying to also defend from a driver who's trying to overtake behind as well. So I can imagine how stressful it was, but that defending, that teamwork from the Red Bull was beautiful to watch. It obviously frustrated the Ferrari driver, who did an incredible job to stay with you guys. It was a brilliant drive from you. What a cracking performance. That overtake, like you said, you have to use that DRS and the ERS right together at the end, because you don't want to get any close to them, to your teammate. You want to make sure you pass him. So brilliant drive, and congratulations on a brilliant race win, mate.
Thank you. And you know, season 1 it was a Ferrari wall against Be Right, then was in the Mercedes, of course. Today the wall switched to the Red Bull side to hold up the Ferrari, but Alvaro perfectly is gonna be remembering how it went in season 1 in Zandvoort, so kisses for him.
This is for Alvaro. Well done, Maxi. Right, guys, that was it. Your podium sitters: Maxi Block with the race win, Be Right in P2, and that's two Belgians on the podium as Dennis joins them in the Ferrari. What a race. What a race. Only one penalty all race, and that was Roix on lap 31. Only one single DNF all race out of 20 drivers. We couldn't have literally asked for a better race. So well done to everybody, guys. We'll be back on Sunday.